There's an incredible story in the Bible about the Israelite nation and their whole history as a people. You see, they spent a large portion of their history being enslaved in Egypt. All they knew was their oppressor's hand against them. They knew the sweat on their back, and they could not even smell what freedom was like. Until a great moment happened when God raised up a man named Moses who led them into freedom out of Egypt and towards the promised land and all that God had for them. But there was one problem. On their journey out of Egypt, they got to a moment, the riverbanks of the Red Sea. It's not a river, it's not a lake, it is an ocean, a massive ocean. So I think we often get a smaller picture of it. But they get to the very riverbanks of it, and this daunting moment where they did not know how to proceed. They looked over their shoulder, and the Egyptian army of there bearing down them, headlong against them, and they have nowhere else to go. All they can think about is that they're going to be dragged back to Egypt, where they'll be put back into slavery. But this moment comes when God calls them to a faith story, calls them to more, to step out of what they've always known and into the future. They had to trust God for something supernatural, big breakthrough. At this moment, Moses stretches out his staff in obedience to God, and the very waves that stood against them part, leaving a dry land, a path all the way to the other side. Waves on one side, towering above them, waves on the other side, and all the fear that's inside them reaches a fever pitch where they say, surely is this where God is leading us? But in a moment of bravery and trusting God, knowing that He holds their future and He's calling them in obedience to step out for Him, they walked across this land with the waves around them and made it to the other side. As they got there, they looked back and the waves crashed down onto the army that was pursuing them, that wanted to destroy them. Just like that, we come to the New Testament, which uses this story as a narrative of what baptism is for us. Baptism, in short, is a moment where God says, I have freedom for you. Will you trust me and obey me and be obedient to what I'm calling you to? This is a moment for you, Life Changers. In 2 weeks' time, we will be having Baptism Sunday at our morning service and our evening meeting, 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. for everyone who has yet to be baptized, who has yet been able to say, Jesus, I'm yours and you're mine, publicly. To declare it not only to your family and friends, not only to yourself, but to God and the world that I am Jesus's and I'm not turning back anymore. I've decided to follow Jesus. No turning back. The words of that song reverberate in our soul, and I pray that it becomes reality for you as you engage with this incredible sacrament, incredible moment of baptism. We'd love to extend an invite for you to join us. We'll see you then.